seatbelts for Scrappy races.
Welcome to Scrappy Races, where we've picked some of the best engineers, mechanics and brilliant bodgers in the country.
And challenged them to build road-legal roadsters that can be converted to take on our 3 mega challenges.
They had just 5 weeks and £1,500 to build their basic rig, ready for a journey that will take them the length and breadth of the country. Each week as the championship unfolds, they will adapt their creations at local scrap heaps along the route, before facing monster challenges at awe-inspiring locations.
In the coming weeks, they'll sink or swim on Scotland's majestic Loch Lomond and face one of the UK's scariest off-road circuits.
At the end of the journey, one team will be crowned Scrappy Races champion, but first, we want to see them put pedal to metal.
Our teams don't know it yet, but they're going to be racing their roadsters here on Pendine Sands in Wales, home to attempts on the land speed record since the 1920s. It's the perfect place to find out who's the fastest scrappy racer in the West.
Our 5 scrappy racers are ready to roll. First up, it's the Bio Beetle designed and built by our eco-friendly scientists from Oxford, the Green Goddesses. This car runs on rapeseed biodiesel. That's chip fat to you and me, and the girls' plan is to take on the petrol heads at their own game.
Next, this boat on wheels was an ambulance in a previous life, and it's the creation of Chichester-based Boat Boys.
This 7-ton tractor is the barnstorming brainchild of the Barley Pickers, a bunch of Devonshire farmers with a degree in bodging brilliance.
2 London taxis make up this double-headed demon, built by father and son's team, the Chaos Crew from Doncaster.
And finally, a trike with bite, and only one team would be mad enough to build it, let alone drive it, the Megalomaniacs from Nuneaton.
Last time, the teams all passed the single vehicle approval test and are now legally allowed on the open road. But can these ludicrous scrap-built contraptions make it all the way to South Wales in one piece? There's only one way to find out.
OK, teams, no arguing in the back seats, no exceeding the speed limit, and the first one to Pontypool buys the lardy cakes. Go!
The teams head west to Pendine, where they'll find out the challenge and get a day at a local scrap heap to modify their monsters for speed.
It's a long haul of 250 miles, observing the national speed limit, of course, and it's not likely to be a comfy ride.
Hey guys, did I mention I get car sick?
Oh, you're kidding.
With a top speed of 45 miles an hour, the Barleys face an especially gruelling trip. Our teams make good time and keep a low profile at first. To the inhabitants of Marlborough, we can only apologise.
They was having a good look, wasn't they?
And it isn't too long before a teething problem rears its rusty head. The Green Goddesses are grinding their gears. The clutch isn't engaging properly, so it's hard to find the right gear, and Harry knows it's only going to get worse. At this rate, they may not even make it to the border. Meanwhile, the farmer's Rolls-Royce engine has been guzzling fuel at a rate of 4 miles per gallon. Time for a refill stop, but only one problem. It's a bit of a squeeze. The cab's through, but the chicken shed could be a bit of a problem.
Most of the roof's still there, that wasn't half bad.
Oh, that's handy.
Whilst the Barley Pickers leave their mark, the Chaos Crew and the Boat Boys are out in front. And it's not long before they cross the border into Wales. And the Chaos Crew are first to make the lunchtime rendezvous at Tintern Abbey. And as usual, they know how to make an entrance.
Chaos.
You got here first.
Where's
you beat
everybody?
everybody there, you're just way ahead of them.
Tell you what, that flat tyre stood us down for last half an hour.
You didn't stop, that's good.
No.
Yeah, you don't want to waste time
Well, we
stopping.
ain't got a jack.
It's only flat there, the top's all right, though.
Yeah.
Still in England, I caught up with the girls taking a rest from their gear grief. Yes, it's roving reporter Rogers to the rescue.
Ladies, I didn't want to see you here this soon. What on earth happened?
The gearbox. Don't worry, it's not completely broken, but it's not good. What do you reckon, Harry? Can we drive it?
Yeah, probably. It's just very hard to change gears.
Well, look,
Yeah.
just take it safe and take
I
it
will,
easy.
yeah.
Getting on down to South Wales. Good luck, girls. See you later on.
Right.
Back at Tinton, whilst the Chaos crew tighten a few bolts, the boat boys arrive. And they're soon to be followed by barley pickers. A little worse for wear after their journey.
Well, that was hairy.
The state of your getting out. Finally, still smiling if a little windswept, the Megs roll in.
Yeah, jolly interesting trip.
Was it?
Yes. Yes.
Having the wind through his hair was the special bit.
Still running all right?
Got a numb bum, sir.
Have you?
As the Megs struggle off for some lunch, all we need now are the goddesses. But things have gone from bad to worse for our eco-friendly angels. Their gearbox is totally packed up.
First day. And we're on a lay-by.
There's nothing else for it but to call for a tow and dream of a hot bath and a warm Welsh welcome.
I reckon we see how many people we can get in the cabin there, don't you? Yeah! Go, in you go then.
Over the border, Toby's taken charge of crowd control.
In you go, 19.
Wagons roll after lunch, and our 4 roadworthy racers head off to travel the last 100 miles to their first test location.
With the girls following on behind and their car behind them, all the teams finally make it to Pendine after an eventful day's travel.
But can our 5 teams match the performance of their famous forerunners?
Well done, teams, for making it to Wales and the beach here at Pendine. But we're not here for a picnic, because this picturesque spot is also known as the Sands of Speed.
James, you must turn your hulking hedgerow huggers into lean, mean speeding machines for a tyre-spinning race along the beach.
Now, we've negotiated access with a local Scrapheap, so you have just 8 hours to tweak, trash and transform your Scrappy racers. So don't hang around, go!
For the first time ever, our teams have taken over a local Welsh Scrapheap to turn their mean machines into speeding showstoppers.
Right then, boys, we better see what we better do, us.
The barley picker's Titanic tractor certainly looked impressive, tearing around Andy's backyard down in Devon. But on the open road, they couldn't even reach 50 miles an hour. Trying to get more out of that brute of a Rolls-Royce engine isn't going to be easy, but Captain Andy's got a plan.
What our problem is, Rob, we've got the engine here with the gearbox on the back and the axle back here, and through there, us ain't got the right gear ratio of us.
So if we could get a right ratio back axle, that would put us right.
Either a higher ratio back axle, or why don't us just slap another gearbox in here, and that one's going slow, this one would be going fast, doesn't matter what the back axle's doing, will it?
The farmer's giant truck certainly wasn't built for speed. The gearbox is designed to slow the engine revs delivered to the back wheels in order to give it maximum pulling power. They aim to find a second compatible gearbox, which they'll put in backwards, upping the revs and turning their lethargic lorry into a 7-ton racer.
Well, I reckon if you can find an axle, proper job. If you can't find an axle, find a gearbox. That's nearly a proper job.
The boat boys got here despite a disastrous home build.
I just blown a diff. Woo, that's expensive noises.
But they've put that behind them and are determined to trash the opposition. Only one problem, they can't decide how.
Joking aside, could we get, say, some bigger propellers that would be better at, say, moving air?
Like an
an
aircraft?
Or like a hovercraft?
Absolute bunkum. That is not going to work.
In their usual matter-of-fact way, the Chaos crew simply welded together the fronts of 2 London taxis and shoehorned in 2 fuel-injected engines.
That's running off my foot.
This gives them plenty of poke, but Andy's not taking any chances. There are no prizes for second best.
Any other bits you can think of?
A radio.
Radio? What are we radio for?
To listen to.
No more playing. We've got to be committed.
Right then.
The Green Goddesses had to ditch their first Beetle due to excessive rust.
We're not going to get through the MOT, let alone the SVA.
And they soon found out that their replacement bug had a few issues of its own. So now they've got to fix their gearbox before they can even think about Harry's new plan.
Yep. So do a tail off the back.
Cool.
I've seen something nice on the Scrappy. There's a massive box of polystyrene. We basically carve it out and stick it on.
The Green Goddess's Bio Beetle is already pretty speedy thanks to a Peugeot 1.9 turbocharged engine. But they're also planning to make the car more aerodynamic by fitting a cone at the rear of the car. This will smooth out the airflow as it passes over the roof and theoretically reduce drag. Recycling the polystyrene is very green, but the jury's out on exactly how much extra zip the cone will give them.
Spoiler!
What are we going to do?
Come on, let's get a spoiler in
Yeah.
there.
Well, the spoiler...
You can support the intercom.
Scrappy racers, go!
With only 8 hours on the clock, the teams get searching for those vital discarded materials to make their mobile monsters roar.
None of those tires, please, Johnny.
With 5 teams out on the heat, pickings will be scarce. It'll take a steely-eyed scavenger to find materials to make their machines really motor.
Come on, Dave! Over
Still with no
there!
clear plan, the boat boys decide to introduce some dastardly tactics.
We're going to put the big tyres on. We don't want the other teams getting the good tyres. So we should take them anyway, even if we don't use them. That's not very nice.
Hey-ho, we've got to be in it to win it.
Bit mean.
The Rotters.
We ain't going to get a heavy enough gearbox here.
Robin from the Barley Pickers isn't having much luck looking for an extra truck-sized gearbox for their tractor.
Rob, I think I need a bigger man.
But in the meantime, Super Scavenger Daz from the Megalomaniacs is quick to find Nosha's Nirvana.
Nosha?
Yeah.
There's a car out there
Yeah.
that's been rolled. Probably because the driver was going too fast.
Yeah?
Because he'd got nitrous.
Oh, you're joking. That is very, very sweet.
The Megs were up against it to finish their trike on time.
It's going nowhere!
But they've just made it and their throbbing 3-wheeler had no problems powering along to Pendine. But Daz's newfound nitrous kit should make their respectable Range Rover engine really roar. Time for a lesson in nitrous know-how.
I've heard of it, but that's
Nitrous
something
oxide is a gas that we use in racing. We actually use it on Darren's drag bike.
Right.
Basically, you add it in with the air mixture and you add more petrol.
Oh, so it's still running on petrol?
It's still running on
right,
petrol,
underneath
yeah.
it, but you're
Yeah.
adding a
You're
gas
just
into
adding
the air
the
mixture.
gas into it, and that just makes the air petrol mixture explode even faster and harder. And it takes a standard 160 brake horsepower Range Rover engine to 260.
Oh, really? It does that much?
It's that much, yeah.
Goodness.
The Megs already have loads of poke from their V8 engine, and that's just using petrol. If they introduce nitrous oxide plus extra fuel into their cylinders, they will massively up their speed. That's because as the nitrous heats up, it releases oxygen, creating a bigger explosion that could get their trike going as much as 130 miles an hour. Nitrous oxide is also known as laughing gas, and if they get it right, then the Megs will certainly have the last laugh. But at those speeds, their 3-wheeler could become pretty unstable and might even roll over. Not the best way to emulate the speed pioneers of yesteryear.
Now the beach is the setting for the first ever Scrappy Races Speed Challenge. Let's hope the Sands of Speed don't have to be renamed.
As an integral part of their design, the Chaos crew had fitted a second fuel-injected engine to the rear of their cab. But it would be illegal to travel on public roads with 2 working engines. So their first job is to refit the extra one to the back of their double-headed taxi.
Oh, it looks like some chaos going. Oh, the back of your car's loose. Look, it's all come apart.
I thought it ran a little bit queer, you know.
Yeah, we can't have been going very steady with that. Oh, my goodness.
There you go.
So this is the master plan.
Yeah.
This looks like the second engine. And what, this is another Cavalier engine in here. How long do you reckon it's going to take you to bolt that on?
We've got a little bit of work to do. We've got a bit of bracing on it and whatever.
Right. So it's not completely finished now. You
No,
have got to do a bit
water
more.
pipe to connect up.
Right. And then what's with the chains here? Because that's not.
Well, that's the four-wheel steering.
The four-wheel. Oh my goodness.
One slight problem.
What's that?
When it turns to the right, the wheels go left.
Right, I see. So you'll go around a much tighter left-hand curve.
That's the idea.
Adding the extra engine doubles the power for only a small amount of extra weight and means that they too could reach speeds of up to 130 miles per hour. They've also added an extra steering wheel linked to the back axle. But in order to match the turns that Andy makes in the front, they have swapped over the steering action in the rear. The brothers must work in sync so that when Andy says he's turning left, John must turn left too, which will actually turn his wheels to the right. A brilliant idea in theory, as this will make the car highly manoeuvrable. But it calls for quick reactions and good communication between the two drivers, or they might have a very tortuous drive.
I really want to be in the cab when you're doing the four-wheel steering, see what's going on.
So do I.
As the Chaos crew continue with their crazy cab creation, things are progressing more slowly for the farmers and their monster 7-ton tractor. The barley pickers' hunt for an additional gearbox is not going well.
Not ideal. It's as close as we're going to get.
All right.
And Captain Andy isn't best pleased with what they've scavenged so far.
Well, I don't like to turn my nose up. Is that all there is?
But he was better than any of the others. All the rest were just car.
If you look at the size of this shaft here, with all that power we're trying to put through in, with that gurt snort of an engine, we could twist that off first time we let the clutch out.
No, first time you let the clutch out hard, or like you normally do.
We've got to find another route, Amos.
With no lorry-sized gearboxes to be found, the barley pickers are running out of ideas and out of time.
Teams on Scrappy Races, you have 6 hours remaining.
Well, it's scheduled. I think we can go for a pint at dinner time.
As the teams continue to modify their radical roadsters, it's anyone's guess what the boat boys are up to. Even their team mascot, Mr. Bongo, looks bemused.
After a spate of frantic activity in the Goddesses' camp, Captain Harry grabs a breather and a chance to fraternise with the competition.
Hello, Harry, my lover!
You know what? You know we were stuck on motorway yesterday?
Yes.
I went to the service stations and got you a present. Ready?
Oh, yes.
It'll keep you amused on the long journeys ahead.
Oh! Colouring fun on the farm. War, war, war.
And only the Chaos crew and the Megs seem to be concentrating on creating their sand-based speedsters.
With no extra gearbox and no way of speeding up their snail-paced super tractor, things couldn't be worse for the Barleys. But Andy comes up with a controversial plan.
Now, I reckon if we can take something off these governors so they don't go far enough, then when he revs up, he won't kick back on us. So he'll go on further.
The governor is the component that controls engine revs by reducing the fuel injected as engine speed increases. Andy wants to adjust the governor so it allows the engine to accelerate faster. It should give their monster tractor some extra poke. But it's a delicate business, and if Andy overdoes it, the engine could rev so hard that it self-destructs.
If you can get that to 65 miles an hour without popping them, Barnesy, I reckon that's good. If you can, you're better off leaving it alone.
But all right, trust me. It's all right. It's not a problem.
Andy has actually gone a step too far now. He's started to pull the injector from apart, and
because they're quite complicated bits of kit.
It's a very complicated piece of kit, and Andy's not a very complicated type of kit person.
Hadrian Spooner, our judge throughout Scrappy Races, co-built the Arctic Challenger, the first vehicle to cross the Bering Strait. He reckons the farmers aren't the only team dicing with disaster.
Now, what about the megalomaniacs? Because they're talking about nitrous oxide.
Well, it's ideal. I mean, it provides a colder oxygen into the engine, so it's more dense.
So you get a much greater explosion out
Oh,
of
it's fantastic, yeah. You'll certainly see the difference.
Well, it will be noticeable.
Yeah, and you have to be very careful how much they put in, too.
Because, I mean, could it damage the engine?
It could blow the engine up.
Oh, could it?
Very easily, yeah.
That wouldn't be good, really. That could set them back a bit. So, specifically for the speed challenge, who's your money on at the moment, then, Adrian?
Well, for this challenge only, the Chaos crew.
Oh, really? Do you reckon the Chaos crew are in with a good chance?
Yeah, I think they're in for a very good chance.
It's going to be a pretty exciting race, I think.
Oxford scientists, the Green Goddesses, have put their engine problems behind them, but have only just started beefing up their Beetle for speed.
So what are you actually going to do to get a bit more speed out of it on the beach?
Well, we've got a lot of speed anyway.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
yeah,
happy,
but we
actually.
want to beat the
It's a lot of fun.
megalomaniacs.
We do have to put air onto this. That is the big problem.
Yeah, the turbo.
That needs air forced onto it?
You need force onto it, otherwise our turbo isn't really efficient.
Right,
Yeah.
so how are you going to do that? You need a scoop.
Piping!
Oh, is that what that is?
A turbo compresses air and forces it into the engine cylinders, producing a more powerful explosion and getting more speed out of the engine. The compression heats up the air, but for optimum combustion, it needs to be cooled down again by a gadget called an intercooler. The Green Goddesses aren't convinced their aging intercooler is doing the business, so they're going to run some old tubing over the roof in a bid to deliver extra cooling to the system. Like their polystyrene cone plan, it'll look very space age, but probably won't make a blind bit of difference.
Cool. Harry, I might need your help. You see that silver piping?
Yeah.
If you could actually just hold it,
yeah, okay.
And I'll put the cable ties over through.
At last, the girls start souping up the Beetle for the speed event. But the Chaos crew have nearly finished and are ready to test their second engine and its wacky four-wheel steering.
Right, that's in drive. It says there. I'm going to go into 3. All right, you ready? Oh, it feels good.
Okay, now is the time to get worried.
It's fast, but that steering looks a real handful.
Try it steering then. Yeah. Put it in reverse. I'll steer him in. Can't get this right. Right, go on, Andy. That's it. Reverse. I'm going to try and get it right round. Reverse. You want that lock up there. Right, I'm going to have to go reverse first. All right.
9 out of 10 for speed, but 2 out of 10 for parking, Chaos boys. Maybe it's time to rethink that four-wheel steering.
Can you get it in? Yeah. You get it in?
I'm somewhat encouraged now after I've seen that, and you?
Yeah. Whoa, go.
Teams, you have 4 hours remaining.
4 hours, boys.
The Chaos crew are looking good with their 2 engines connected up. Barley Picker Andy is tinkering with the rev rate on their giant tractor's engine to get more acceleration.
Do you know what you're doing in there?
Yeah.
Guys, I think we'd better get a bit of a move on.
The Megs have nearly installed their nitrous kit, having stripped the trike of any unnecessary weight and rearranged the seat for extra stability. In fact, it all seems to be going rather too well.
What have you done, Andy?
Something's seriously wrong with the Barley's engine. It's over-revving dangerously and could explode at any moment. Keith bravely heads round the back to disconnect the fuel as Andy runs in to cover the air intake in a desperate attempt to suffocate the engine.
In the intake.
Hey! I don't know, something popped,
I think you overdid it, Andy.
It's all smiles and laughter now, but that was a rather sticky moment. Though it clearly hasn't sunk in yet.
Just saw rather a lot of smoke coming from your build area.
Quite
a lot of noise.
Yeah. It's all right in a minute.
And I said, well, that's running well.
A little bit too well, I think.
And then I couldn't understand why you didn't just make it go slower, and then you all ran away screaming and there was smoke everywhere.
You're ready for cover.
Because what happened, something just jammed, it was just jammed open. I mean,
Yeah,
I can't
there's like a throttle governor stop there, see? And I
nut.
was here holding on this little nut and he fell off.
And it was just wide open.
Wide open.
Wow. What did you do, Keith? Because you ran into...
Oh,
everybody was screaming at you to get out.
No, I just pulled the pipes off the tank. To try
I see, just so it's got no more fuel.
Yeah,
right.
try and
But then that didn't do nothing, because he was burning the oil in the sump then.
So you think it's all right?
Oh, he's all right, I expect, yeah.
You expect?
Well, we hope.
I'll be over there with the fire.
Shall I go on and just back a bit and we'll have another go?
Just setting back a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a smidgen, but a smidgen less would be good. Strong you going there.
The farmers are taking it in their stride, but there could be some major damage to the internal workings of that engine. With under 4 hours remaining, if they have mashed it, they may not be able to fix it in time for tomorrow's race.
Do you know what I think, Lise? Do you know what I think? Is that we shouldn't give them a whole day to adapt their machines. You know, that's the thing. No, don't touch it. It's perfectly all right. It goes along. Leave it alone.
They've had a day to destroy them, and my, they've done a good job.
Yeah, they have.
To say that the certain barley pickers are not relaxed is the understatement of the decade. And Andy, even though he's been quite jokey about it, I think underneath he's actually quite upset.
Yeah. I saw Keith doing forced laughing. Yes, blown up. Sort of walking away.
Oh, no. Oh, the poor Barleys. But they might just make it. I mean, it's a very slim chance they might actually get it fixed for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a very close-run thing.
Yeah.
Andy's set to work, ripping apart their beautifully crafted Rolls-Royce engine to see what he's done to its innards.
Teams, you have 3 hours remaining. 3 hours remaining, teams. Thank you.
But he's under close supervision.
That's right, yeah.
And it looks like the Chaos crew are having problems of their own. For some reason, the automatic gearbox on the rear engine is not connecting to the manual gearbox on the front motor.
Not going to change, is it? We've got to change it manually. See that? We're going to hammer through that.
Afternoon, chaps.
Oh.
Look like you're mildly busy.
Oh, we've got problems. It's... Where is it? That operates the gearbox.
It doesn't appear to be particularly joined onto the vehicle at the
We
present.
decided we're better off without
That's
it.
the best thing to do, yeah. Just chuck it over there. Oh, God. Oh, no.
So instead of going through the gears automatically like an auto does,
right,
it's now going to have to be changed first, second,
Oh, I see.
third.
So you,
Yeah.
it still will operate then?
Yeah.
You can, I see, but you've got to actually work out
Somebody
when
in
to
the back,
time it
yeah.
and to go, oh, it needs to be in second now, it needs to be in third now.
Yeah.
Because you've only got a couple of hours to, before you finish, haven't you? I mean, before we...
Well, I'm just connecting back brakes up now. The
Right.
gearbox we just decided to ignore and leave it at that. And we've got to lock the steering up.
So you're not going to be using the steering tomorrow then?
No.
I mean, on the
Well,
race.
we're going to make it so it's lockable. We may have a play with it. But did you
Right.
see the effort of trying to get it in here?
It looked very smooth when you came in sideways.
I didn't where I was sat in there.
Was it not?
I turned the wrong way. First thing I did turn the wrong way.
As the chaos continues all around, Green Goddess Harry grabs a cuppa and takes stock of what they've achieved so far.
T-brick. Yes. We're modifying... Well, we're not really modifying the car. At the moment, we're still trying to finish it because we broke down on the journey. And so we fixed the engine now, we think, and the gearbox. We've started modifying the car as well for the speed challenge. We're putting a massive wing effect on the back to aerodynamically improve our engine, our car.
Okay, the Green Goddesses have knocked up a hot wire and are cutting the poly block to make their aerodynamic cone.
I don't have any room to move.
Okay, I'm just going to go back and pull. Where are you now? You past the second line?
I'm about 12, 10 from the bottom. 4. Nice one.
8.
Woo! That's it, just
Yeah.
chuck it at the car.
I mean, the Green Goddesses have just... I mean, I'm assuming they've done a lot of detailed work inside their car that we can't see, because I haven't actually seen any big visual thing
lots of
that's
these like
changed.
nicky-picky jobs,
Right.
which they're very time-consuming.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, hopefully it's kind of solved all the little problems they had with it.
Yeah, but
They've started to shape their big sort of teardrop thing they're going to stick on the back.
That's dramatically going to change the appearance of that vehicle.
And what do you think? Will it increase speed by 10%?
Not on that case, no. You need to have that much wind resistance against you, don't you?
Right. So it doesn't really count until
No,
you're going very
it's not.
fast anyway. So, well, it'll look nice. Well, I mean, normally on a build we get the big drama sort of somewhere at the end of the day, whereas thanks to the barley pickers we've now had a massive drama fairly, fairly early on. It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, I haven't done running away from a vehicle with other people screaming for quite a while. What do you think he has actually done to it? I mean, is it just it's gone too fast? But I mean, what's likely to have gone seriously wrong?
There's a possibility that she's revved to destruction, and in that case, crank dampers will have gone, head gasket.
Right.
There's valves, there's all sorts of things inside the engine which will not tolerate being over-revved.
So I'm really just like that with the barley pickers, just
Oh,
hoping
yeah,
that...
it's fingers crossed
yeah,
otherwise.
yeah, 'cause it didn't sound good.
Because time is actually running out for them as well.
Yeah, very much so.
Go on then, Rob, stuff the damn thing round there and just see what he sounds like.
No, number 4's going, it's just a long way away.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound healthy. And it must be serious, as for once, Andy's not smiling.
Wind them right over.
The tension's starting to take its toll, and it's time for a bit of uncharacteristic soul searching.
Well, we got a little bit of a problem now. I ain't quite sure what we'd be going to do about it. I was adjusting a nut which actually increases the amount of diesel that goes into the engine, and the nut came off in my hand. And my kids have told me that several times. It came off in my hand, Daddy. Anyway, it happened to me, and it wasn't very good. Anyway, the boys have been very good about it up to now, to me face, but I'm not quite sure what they be saying about behind their back about I.
Meanwhile, it's all high jinks and hilarity from our landlocked boat boys. No one's sure exactly what they've been up to today, especially Captain Toby.
Well, at least everything's going right here.
There's only one problem.
No, it's all going wrong.
It's not. I haven't a clue what they're doing. They still won't tell me.
Are you doing the right thing then, keeping Toby well in the dark?
It is quite straightforward, Robert.
Is it? Okay.
Well, you know how a skidoo works?
Yeah.
It's sort of stabilised with a couple of skis at the
Yeah.
front that normally they steer on.
Right.
These are going to be like 2 skis in the sand.
Wow.
So what we're going to do is, when we're on the start line, we're going to lower the vehicle onto the skis so that it gives it perfect stability as it goes around the corner.
Sorry, that wasn't a laugh, that was an egg sandwich.
You can see why I'm confused.
As we go around the corner at maybe, 60, 70 miles an hour, the vehicle's going to lean right over. So what we figure is we don't want to get stuck in the sand.
Right.
So we've got these skis that will just keep us skating along the surface.
Right. Sounds very good. All right, I'll see you later on, guys.
All right,
okay.
cheers.
Thanks.
Au revoir.
So a highly implausible plan from the boat boys, but the truth will out.
It's Wizzo's skid idea, which is not quite what it seems, but that's to be revealed in the race. Isn't it, Johnny?
Teams, you only have 2 hours remaining.
I better get on work on it quick, can I?
Do 2 halves, though, aren't
The Megs have decided on a roll cage, making Daz feel safer already.
I'm at peace with myself.
Or was he just praying? The other teams have their noses to the grindstone.
This'll skid beautiful, mate. Woohoo! Perfect.
Okay, one more cut down here, and then that'll make a nice point at the end.
And I have some go faster gas for Nosha.
Danger! Danger! There's a small jar of nitrous oxide for you there, Nosha.
Hey, buddy!
It's fuel, it's fuel. We always give teams fuel, but not usually quite as dangerous as this. So what, I don't
This
actually...
is go.
Is it good?
stuff. Yeah.
So where does this actually go? There's presumably a tube coming out of this, and it goes where?
Darren, over to you. 'Cause Darren's the nitrous
All
expert.
right, you're the nitrous man.
So the nitrous will rush through here.
Right, it goes in through the blue
Straight,
one.
yeah, and the fuel is the red one.
Oh, so that'll be petrol coming in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
see.
you have to add more fuel.
Right.
Otherwise, you'll lean it out and it'll explode.
So, I mean, how long will you actually have it on burning? I mean, is it literally just a few seconds of it in?
A few
there?
seconds.
Right, I see. So it's not like a constant thing. It's
No.
like that, just
No,
to give you
it's,
a big boost. And hopefully, increasing
bang!
increasing the speed, but not damaging the engine.
No.
Not that I'm worried about damaged engines. There's no reason to be.
Well, that's not strictly true, because there is one engine that I'm a tad worried about, and it's not good news.
Think we're any further on than we was?
Well, look, yeah, we've got this. There's a bit of something missing here.
Oh,
Look.
look, there he is.
Oh.
Hang on, that was a bit. You obviously come off there, look.
Yeah, well then we got push rod gone in there. Look, another one here. Look, there's a push rod. What's happening down there? The followers popped out down the bottom off the camshaft.
The engine governor has become disconnected, and therefore there was nothing to slow the engine down. As the engine speed grew, the valves could no longer move fast enough within the engine to keep up with other components, and eventually they broke. The only way to stop the runaway engine was either to let the rest of it blow up, or stop the air getting in. Thankfully, Andy chose the second option.
Barley pickers.
Well,
So come on, Barnsley, what's happened?
we busted him.
Those are the bits in your hands that appear to have broken. It's really serious, isn't it? I know it's got to be, otherwise you wouldn't all be looking like this.
It is a bit serious. It is serious.
So, what are the chances of it being mended today?
0.
There you are.
If worse comes to worse and you can't take part in the speed challenge, you can always do the 4x4.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, we ain't getting ready for that. That ain't no trouble at all, is it? No.
Teams, you have 1 hour remaining. 1 hour remaining, teams. Thank you.
Drop everything. Just let's get this roll cage made.
With build time slipping away fast, our teams frantically put the finishing touches to their scrap-built creations. Nosher tells his teams to down tools and concentrate solely on building the trike's roll cage, which will protect them should they go for a tumble.
And in the dying throes of a day spent repairing their biobeetle, the Green Goddesses are now finding that fitting that polycone is a right pain. And it probably won't even do that much.
What the hell?
We're loopy,
What have
completely
we
loopy.
done? Oh my god.
So, I mean, there's very different situations in different bays now, isn't there? There's kind of some of them, they're not even bothering to do anything. They've finished. They're all,
they're
we
all
finished.
happy and content.
And then particularly the barley pickers is rather different. They're anything but finished.
I feel sorry for those boys.
Yeah.
I mean,
It looks like they've just started, really. Because they think it's the things that push the valves up and down that open, let the fuel in.
it's the thing that goes roundy, with the bit that goes
big
up
shapy
and,
bit that goes spinny,
Yeah.
pushy up and downy. And that's gone a bit horrible, is it?
The middle bit's gone.
The middle bit, right. Just because it went probably a little bit too fast.
Very much too fast.
Horrible. But I mean, everybody else seems to be up and running. I mean, the Green Goddesses, they're going well.
The Chaos crew are gone home.
Yeah.
I very much like the fact that the Megs have now put a proper cage over
Yeah,
the
that's a
machine,
great improvement,
because
isn't it? Yeah.
That was so vulnerable.
Yeah, yeah.
If anything did happen, because, you know, we are concerned now about the tipping over.
Yeah. No, at least they're a bit more protected now.
That's very good.
Well, now we're at the end of the build, Hadrian. Have you changed your mind at all who your money's on?
No.
You're going to still stick with
Sticking
the
to my
Chaos crew?
guns.
All right,
It's
sticking
the
with
Chaos crew.
the twin-engine Chaos cab.
They should breeze it.
Scrappy racers, it's been a day of triumph and tears, but now your time is up.
Rest your heads, because tomorrow you have an appointment with the Sands of Speed.
Do bring your swimming togs and don't frighten the donkeys, please. Thank you very much. See you in the morning.
Well done, team.
Very good. Hey!
Not really worth cheering about, but still, yeah, came on ahead.
This challenge is about speed, acceleration and manoeuvrability. Our teams have got to go like scrap off a shovel down the beach, make a hairpin turn and race back in double quick time. The speediest team soars to the top of our Scrappy Races tournament table.
Our team spent 8 hours turning their road-legal roadsters into seriously fast and seriously illegal racers. The Chaos Crew's second engine gives their cab over 250 horsepower.
The Green Goddesses' turbocharged biobeetle has gone all aerodynamic.
There's the Boat Boys' mystery sand skis.
And finally, the Megs are adding nitrous gas to a V8 engine. Let's hope their life insurance is up to date.
Sadly, back at the heap, the barley pickers are still trying to fix their broken engine. They're working round the clock in a desperate bid to rejoin the Scrappy racers for the next challenge.
Well, Adrian, all the teams made it to the beach more or less, and you know, they're all here ready to go. It's a very firm, smooth surface, isn't it?
It's very good surface. It's
Yeah.
surprising how hard the wet sand is.
Yeah, they're not going to get stuck or
No,
slide
no.
about, I don't think.
No, they won't get stuck.
Because I can't think what kind of speed they could get up to on here.
There's no reason why they can't go past the finish line 100 mile an hour.
Really?
First up to the start line, it's the Boat Boys versus the Green Goddesses. Each of our 4 teams will race twice, and their fastest time will be taken. The team with the quickest time overall gets maximum points.
Boat Boys, Green Goddesses, prepare to tear up the sand.
That's what the skids were for.
There's no outboards on the back. Where's their outboards gone? Oh, bit of gear stripping going on there.
And they both take the corner at the same time. It's the Boat Boys who get away first. But part-time rally driver Nicky accelerates the turbocharged biobeetle into the home straight to take the checkered flag.
Smell coming off there. What's that? That's
cooking oil.
That's cooking oil.
Are you hungry?
I just got a whiff of chips.
Rogers to Llewellyn, do you read me over?
Reading you loud and clear, Lisa. I bet the Green Goddesses are thrilled.
They are very, very happy ladies.
They finished the course at a time of 31.21 seconds.
Very impressive, over.
Oh, Boat Boys.
It was very close, wasn't it? Shall we confess what happened?
Go on.
Monty, what happened?
Well, I drifted the boat beautifully around the corner and raced through second gear to get to third, and then somehow missed it and got first instead.
Oh,
so
no.
I think we would have won if I hadn't stuffed the gears up.
And it looked so cool when you dropped your outboard engines at the start. That was fantastic.
So all the stuff about skis was a decoy. They were actually building a cunning outboard release mechanism. Their de-enginizer meant that they lost about half a ton of weight, helping to increase their acceleration dramatically.
That was truly superb. Very clever thinking.
He's done us, hasn't he?
The Goddesses set the pace with a commendable time of 31.21 seconds. Next up, it's the Megs versus the Chaos Crew.
Where to, Governor?
I'd like you to go up the beach and back again, please.
Okay.
How you doing, boys?
Oh, a bit nervous.
So what are your tactics? You both starting in the same gear, or?
Are you going to start in first or second? First. First, yeah. There you go.
Okay.
We've discussed it thoroughly.
Really complicated to me. Best of luck, Chaos Crew. I'll see you on the other
Thanks
side.
a lot.
Chaos Crew! Megalomaniacs! Let's see some twin-engine nitrous oxide mayhem!
Now this is fast. This is fast. This is better.
Remember, the nitrous is added by sounding the horn. It looks like they won't risk it until after the turn.
Oh, no. Quicker on the bend, quicker on the bend. Open her up, open her up.
And there goes the horn, but it's all too late.
The taxi really moved. You are absolutely right.
Where to now, Governor?
I wish cabbies were that fast in London. Well done. That was absolutely brilliant.
It goes well.
Very quick.
It does go
It
well.
does go well.
So I expect you'd like to know your time, wouldn't you, Chaos Crew?
Loved. Yes.
You managed the first course in a time of 26.94
Oh,
seconds.
thank you.
So well done. Oh, Megs. Was there anything that you felt went wrong or you would have changed? What's
I
that?
went into fifth instead of third.
Ah.
Yeah.
Chaos Crew speed up to first place with 26.94 seconds, and the Megs rocket in a second with 29.14 seconds. Next up, it's the Green Goddesses and the Boat Boys for their second run.
Boat Boys, Green Goddesses! This is your final chance to experience the sands of speed! Woo!
Monty's doing his best with the gears, but he's getting sand kicked in his face as the girls streak ahead.
They're first away from the turn, and there's nothing the Boat Boys can do other than enjoy the chip fat fumes.
It would be good for the boat boys to get back before the tide comes in. Yeah.
That was a lot faster.
That was so cool. I think next time, Monty, we'll fit an automatic for you.
Goddesses, well driven. That was absolutely amazing. You went so fast.
Oh, yes.
Took off. You left the Boat Boys for dead again.
Oh, yes.
Well done. Well, that's the good news.
Oh, no.
Your time was 29.31 seconds.
Oh, no.
The girls have improved their time by 2 seconds, but they're still just a whisper behind their nearest rivals, the Megs. That means it's all down to the last run to determine the Scrappy Race's speed champion.
So what do you reckon they've done then for this run? Those megalomaniacs, they're going to do something, aren't they? They're not going to just leave it.
I'd say they've upped the nitrous pressure. They're going to squirt a bit more in.
And is there a downside to this?
Yeah, you can squirt too much.
If it goes wrong, it makes a horrible mess.
Megalomaniacs, Chaos Crew! This is your final chance to experience the sands of speed!
Now taxi's got the edge still.
It has, hasn't it? Oh, they're leaving the braking up to the last minute. Nice bit of braking there.
Come on, round the corner, round the corner.
Come on, bring that nitrous in.
And the Megs have left it too late again. Are they having problems with the nitrous, or are they just too scared to really push it?
Chaos Crew just gone off into the wild blue yonder. We may never see them again.
Come back to Wales.
The Chaos Crew improve on their time with an amazing 26.33 seconds, which means that they earn the maximum 7 points, putting them in the lead after one test.
Hear it for the Chaos Crew!
Well, it all went very smoothly today, but next time it's going to get a little bit rough.
Our Scrappy racers will travel over 250 miles to Yorkshire to take on one of the most challenging 4x4 courses in the country.
Can't believe the speed of it. I'm scary. I'm glad to see they got the sunroof open today. Oh, I've been getting so wet inside.
And we'll also find out if the barley pickers make it back to join the convoy.